Hello and welcome to today's class. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a 10 by 12 by 4 inches paperback. What I have here is a thick version of brown paper. You can find this in a craft store, a place where they sell craft papers, and the measurement of this paper here is 19 inches by 29 inches. I'll tell you how I arrived at that shortly. To make a 10 by 12 by 4 inches paperback, that's length, breadth, and width respectively, I will usually do this measurement on your screen. From the closest point to you, 10 inches, 4 inches, 10 inches, 4 inches, then 1 inch. Then from left to right, 1.15 inch, that's the thickness of your ruler, 12 inches, then 6 inches, which is the lowest part that forms the base of the bag. Okay, so let's get back to work here. So that's how I arrived at those measurements. And to make my work easier, especially when I want to make a lot of it, I have pieces of straw board here. A straw board is usually fuller than this. It's about 25 by 30 inches. So if you need to get a straw board, go to the craft store where they sell straw board and ask for straw board. Alright. So the straw board usually comes in various thicknesses. There is a light. What you need is a light one. There is the medium thickness, and then there is the thickest version. So this straw board, what I need here is this width, which is 10 inches, and this length, which is about 20 inches. So this is the second material you'll be needing. It is negligible if you feel you want to take all the measurements yourself, but if you want it to be easier, you get a straw board. So I'm going to show you another piece, which is 10 by 12. That is what the measurement of the bag will be. 10 inches by 12 inches. All right. Then I also have another one, another piece that I already cut, which is 4 inches. I need this to get the the width of the bag. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. Another material you need is paper bag ropes. They are usually sold in craft stores. That's another thing. So you have to locate a craft store that has all of these items. Sometimes you may not get everything in one place, but you can get it at different stores. Just make sure that you find your material source. So this rope, I can cut it to various lengths to form the handle of the bag. So it's called a paper bag rope. It comes in various colors. There's the brown, blue, purple, depending on what you want to use. Also, you will need a steel ruler. My steel ruler is quite messy because I've been using it for a long time. This is a 24 inches ruler. You can also get shorter ones like the 20 inches or the 12 inches. Also, you will be needing adhesive or glue. I make use of this for this video because this is easier to handle because it already has a tip here where the glue flows out from. Normally I would use the very common industrial adhesive, also known as Evostick, if you are a Nigerian watching this, right? And it's not, no, it's not the Evostick you made with petrol and foam inserts. No, this is the industrial Evostick. Go get one if you have one nearby. Okay, next is a scissors and a perforator. I use this perforator because I need to make two holes at the same time, but if you feel this might be quite expensive for you, you can get the one hand punch perforator. All right, so this is all that we need to make this paper back. So I'm naming the materials again: steel roll, glue or adhesive. Don't use super glue, it dries too fast and it can be dangerous. Scissors, perforator, paper bag ropes, and straw buds. All right, so let's clear this off so that we can start. So the first thing I'm going to do is to transfer measurements. First, I will be transferring the 1-inch fold at the head. Don't worry about why the measurements are the way they are. Just pay attention to the measurement so that you can be able to replicate any other type. So now what I'm doing is called scoring. I'm going to be using the head of the scissors and I'm going to be slightly pressing it at the edge of the ruler. Why I'm doing this is so that I can create a fold. I can create a line of fold. Yeah, that's the better word, a line of fold, so that when I press that part of the paper, it's easy to fold. There's less resistance from the paper with that line. So I need to do this. Okay. All right. And here we go. All right. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to use my 10 inches straw board cut, and I'm going to be so you see why it has to be this long, so that it can cover the width of the card, so the paper, the brown paper. So now I'm going to align it to the edge. You can see I have to align it to the edge here, align it to the edge. Good. Now I'm going to be scoring with my scissors again. See, and then it makes it easy to fold, and look at that, easy to fold. It's much easier to fold. This way you create a path for the folding, then you screed with the bottom of the scissors. Just apply little pressure so that the fold can be stronger and firmer. Now I'm going to be taking the next measurement, which is 4 inches, and I'll lay it, making sure that it is in line with the former one, and I'll be scoring. Right, and I've created a path for the fold. You can see that line. I'm going to apply pressure on that side. Okay, right. So the next after this, of course, will be the 10. So I'm going to pick that template again. You see why it's really easy using the template, so I advise that you get a straw board. If you can't get a straw board, get carton and cut it to this length. As a beginner, I don't advise that you be measuring. It's not even helpful, even if you are not a beginner, though. Using your hand to measure each line doesn't really help. All right, so you can see that I have 10, 4, 10, and of course there's a 4.5 here. So I'm going to take the last 4 inches so that I can separate. Okay, so now I have to flip the paper, and you can see there is 1 inch. Okay, so what I have here is 1 inch rather than 0.5. 1 inch, and I'm going to fold it and go over it with my scissors to apply pressure to it. All right, so that's what I have. So much so that I can fold this over and join them together here. Okay, so align them and apply pressure again to this edge, and this is a good way to fold. All right, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is to apply adhesive or glue to this part and to this part so that I can join them together. Okay. So if you're using Evo stick, of course you must apply glue to both sides. I mean both sides, not all sides. Both sides of the surface you want to join, so that you won't have inconsistencies of it opening later. Okay, so I'm applying adhesive now, or glue. This is the UHU multi-purpose adhesive. It's quite expensive here in Nigeria. I don't know if it will be lesser outside Nigeria, or maybe it's just the state I'm in. But if you can't get this, then you can get the popular industrial adhesive. It's used by many professions. The cobblers make use of it. The furniture makers make use of it, and all sorts of people from different walks of life. So here now I've done that, and I'm going to be applying to the other face. Take note, this is the other hand of the paper, and just slightly across it. This one doesn't need to be much, very small quantity. Apply to the edge slightly down to the tip, and always cover up the glue when you're done using it. Now I'm going to carefully fold this over and join them together, and again employ the services of your scissors to apply pressure to it. Right, so look at that. Here we are having made this. Now the next thing is you are going to pick one side, so you can see this is what it looks like. You're going to pick one side, each of the sides, anyone you pick first, and you're going to apply little pressure and make them even, so that it divides the 4 inches into 2 inches. 2 inches on both sides. You get that? Apply pressure, and scissors. Okay, fold it in. And the other side, apply pressure and fold it in. Right, just to make sure that they're even, and fold it in. Right, okay, so this is what we have. This is what we have here. All right, now the next thing to do is you're going to push this out too again, and fold it alternatively now to the other side. Push it out. See? Push it out. Here again, dip your hand inside and push it out. Push it out. Then fold it outwards. Right? So that you have 2 inches and 10 inches here in the middle. Okay, now don't forget that we have our 1 inch fold still here at the top. Now the next thing to do is I'm going to pick my 12 inches template, 12 inch template, and I'm going to place it here just after the 1 inch mark. Place it here in the middle. Place it here, and I'm going to be scoring with the scissors. Score with the scissors, just that part, so that you can fold it over. All right, fold it over. Now I can remove the template, and this is what I have. It's a score line here at the back, the score line. Then you're going to apply pressure with the scissors. Apply pressure with the scissors. Okay, and now we are ready to fold the base of the bag. So the first thing to do is dip your hand and push it out, so that this triangle will form. and you will help the paper to fold properly so that you have this triangle. Okay, then apply pressure with scissors. The same thing here. Assist the thing and make sure it's in line with this. Okay, make sure they are in line and apply pressure with the scissors. Okay, so this is what we have. Look at that. This line here must follow the line underneath. Okay, now these lines here are your lines of inner fold. That is, I'm going to press this, don't forget this line, and press them inward. Look at that. That's how you will get the perfect measurement. Okay, so some this overlap is not needed, so I'm going to cut it off because I'm going to be folding this back in, so I don't want it to disturb it. So I'm just going to cut it, just to reduce the overlap. Okay, now I'm going to push this also inward. Push this inward, and you can see that the line of fold here is aligning with this line of fold. That's how you get your box to sit perfectly. If it's not aligning, please make sure it does. If not, you're going to be having issues making the box sit properly. All right, so now so that I can be able to apply adhesive, because that's the next thing, I'm going to hold this down and apply pressure here so that I can see the lines of where I should stop while applying adhesive. Follow that triangle, press and press, and here too. Okay, so you can see I also have excess here, and this is going beyond where it's needed, so I'm going to be trimming this also to reduce. Right, perfect. Now you can open it up and you will notice these lines that I marked with the scissors. So I'm going to apply adhesive all over this place using these lines as my boundary. Apply. You don't need to, because this adhesive is very strong, so you don't need to make sure that it applies evenly. Just apply in circles, in circles, in circles, in circles. All right, now you pick any of these flaps and fold them. I like to use the lower one. You pick the flap and press. All right, now you see where this stops. You are going to apply adhesive in the middle of this and stop where this line meets this flap. The reason is because this is coming over it, so it has to also have adhesive on it. And you put also on this side, remember our boundary, there's a line of boundary that I already used the scissors to score. You can see that line, so I want to use that as my boundary. So you push that in, push it in, press it in, press it in, and now you can cover the flap back and apply pressure. Right, apply pressure, and don't forget to cover your glue. Okay, so having done this, now I can fold, now I can fold this in, fold it in, and fold it in. Look at that. Awesome, you made it. Now you're going to remove this, right, and dip your hand in to make the edges pop out the edges, pop it out, assist the paper to form its edges, and look at that, we have our paper bag. Now the next thing is to use your hand to help this line to form here. The same thing here, use your hand to help it to form. Then you press this inward, turn over to the other side and press it inward. Right? Now you come over here where you have the base going in, and you press both sides inward, inward, and you make it fold back in. Right. So this is how paper bags are usually packaged. If this makes sense to you now, this is how they're usually packaged. Now the next thing, which is the last stage, is to add ropes to this head. So I'm going to go over now and use my perforator. I like to use this perforator because I can make 2 holes at the same time. So I'm going to insert the paper bag into the perforator and make sure that it is aligned to the middle. Then I'm going to apply pressure. All right. And here we are. Look at that. The hole perfectly made. Right. So when I started out making paper bags, I didn't know I could use a perforator. So sometimes I would just use my pen, and perforate. It's not perfect, but you can do that if you don't have a perforator at the moment and you're eager to start. So I'm going to pick up this rope now. And if you don't have this rope, you can use a twine. It does the same thing, only that I feel this is stronger. So now I'm going to measure how long I want the handle to be. And I think this measurement is okay for me here. Right. And I'm going to use my scissors to cut 2 of it. Of course, you need 2 of these ropes to make 1 box. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to cut the same measurement again. Right. And you're going to make a knot. You're going to make a knot here at both ends of the rope. Make a knot. Then insert in from inside the first time. Let's see, you have this inside, and insert from outside. Okay, and make the other knot inside. And look at that. That's one handle done. The other one, insert from inside and pull the other one through. Then make the knot. And look at it. We have the paper bag, so you can open the sides up. And look at that. You can save a lot of money doing this by yourself. Roughly it takes 12 minutes to do this, but because I'm explaining to you, of course it will take longer time. All right, so this is, I hope that you get the same result making this. And if this is too big for you, then you can check out the video where I have a smaller measurement of 8 by 5.5. It's a really small paper bag for candies and all of that. So here is this measurement, 12 inches, you can agree, by 10 inches by 4 inches. So the 4 inches becomes 2 inches to form the side. Right, thank you for joining me in this video. I hope that you get better in your journey as you progress as a craft maker. And don't forget to be a support to your economy wherever you are. Thank you. God bless you. My name is Gaius.